Yeah, very much not a cult right now, guys.
At some point, I need to explain the BITE model of high control groups and explain why we are indeed not a cult.
By certain definitions, all definitions.
Actual academic definition?
We've been telling people for years we're not a cult.
Exactly, but I can actually explain why and how we are not a cult.
Show the math on that.
I have 2 master's degrees in this. I can do this.
But not
Cult
3?
math?
But not 3.
No.
Sounds like a cult. But it's not a cult.
It's not a cult.
It's not a cult.
It's
Amongst
the
other
same.
things, we're allowed to go home.
Are we? You know what? Do you remember the years where we weren't allowed to go home, Ashton?
I think I blacked those out.
Yeah.
Do I have permission to unplug your laptop?
It will die.
Okay, then I won't. This is why I checked first.
Don't I?
That's what my nephew tells me every day. Bye.
Cool.
Don't die.
Sounds great.
If you unplug him, he'll die?
No, that's how he says goodbye to people. He's like, bye, don't die. Okay, I'll try not to.
I mean, that's a good thing to say. It's like also have a good life. Like,
Yeah.
I may see you tomorrow, but I want you to just generally live a good life. Have
Yeah.
happiness for you and your people. It's true. I am not starting a cult. I'm starting a Lazonia, so I need to figure out like what our...
A wellness retreat.
Yes, exactly.
Fine, we're close enough.
Most countries are not, in fact, cults.
Oh. Well, that's
No.
good.
I've been given the bus.
If you can't leave, don't crash us.
Yeah, as long as they have at least semi-open borders, you know, because then you can leave.
Okay, while Trisha here is fanning, the BITE model of high control groups. So the definition of a cult is a high control group. Cults usually have a religious aspect to them, but they are not required to have a religious aspect to them. And BITE stands for, let me see if I get this straight, behavior, information, thought, and emotion. And so a cult or a cult-like group will exert control in all 4 of these areas, and in extremely restrictive ways. So when we are evaluating whether something is or is not a cult, we are looking at it going, are they controlling your behavior, and in what ways? Are they controlling your information? Do they determine what information you can and cannot receive? And do they control your thought? There are allowable types of thought, there are non-allowable types of thought, and the consequences for engaging in those can be quite high. And then, do they control your emotion? Emotion is deeply controlled, and what you can and cannot acknowledge that you feel is highly controlled. So some of the things that we look at are you allowed to get your information from multiple sources, or do they have to provide you all or the majority of the information that you receive? What are allowable or not allowable thought patterns? Are you allowed to ask questions? Are you only allowed to behave in very specific, highly controlled ways that support and reinforce the cult? What are and aren't acceptable types of feelings and emotions, and can you acknowledge it? And yes, an authoritarian state can meet the requirements for a cult, and yes, there is a scale that goes from, these are things that are actually fairly common. An example would be, you can get a school assignment that says you can only use these resources to answer these questions. That is a control of information. You're only allowed to use these ones. But it's not controlling your thought, because you have to take those and actually think about them. And so Desert Bus is not in fact a cult. We let people leave. We encourage people to ask questions. We try and support one another. When somebody is having a bad time, we actually gather around them rather than segregating them. We do not try and isolate people from one another or the rest of the world. We engage and we try and bring joy in the world. So Desert Bus, not a cult, and I apologize to people for whom the things I have just described feel very familiar.
That's a very important discussion, and also we're doing all of this.
Really balances out.
Renaissance painting.
Not a cult.